kayak bass fishing cheater? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. We have had another angler who is a kayak angler cheat in a New York KBF. Now I want to get very clear. This isn't the big kayak bass fishing tournament. This is a standalone for New York. They have different rules, different ways of making sure the anglers are being honest, and they're not using the same advanced program that Chad Hoover and the kayak bass fishing tournament use. That's just a little misunderstanding. But Jake Housman, and if I say his name wrong, I don't apologize at this point in time, has been caught cheating. Jake actually is a very well-established angler who's had some absolutely amazing catches, amazing brand behind him, but controversy seems to follow him. He is an alleged cheater. I want to make that very clear. But this isn't the first time he's had an incident. And in the incident that we're going to talk about, he has admitted in text and other things that he cheated. He has admitted, and there is admission. And he also gave back the money for that kayak bass fishing tournament or that New York KBF. Now this video is going to be slightly different because I'm going to show you some stuff that I did on my own that is going to show you the difference, or not the difference, in Photoshop of both photos that are in question. It should be stated right now, he has a lifetime ban from all Slay Nation fishing tournaments, kayak fishing tournaments. He has a lifetime ban for all KBF, Chad Hoover, amazing Chad Hoover, events. He will not be allowed to fish in those. The goal of these videos is to make awareness of this situation. Not only so that the kayak bass fishing tournaments can get better and improve, but make sure that this person never fishes in a tournament again. Now, to start off with, several days ago, I don't even know when it was, I started getting people mentioning it. And I went and watched a video by Str8 Kay'd Fishing. His channel is phenomenal. I mean, honestly, guys, if you're not watching his channel, or Thad Mooney, or any of these guys who are bringing this to the forefront, you're missing out. But Str8 Kay'd Fishing did an absolutely amazing video, and his delivery is as good as anybody. I don't know a lot about Adam. I have watched many of his videos. He is someone you should go follow for sure. His videos are amazing. Now, the story goes that Jake went out fishing in a bass boat, cut out a part of the kayak, caught this giant fish in a different body of water, and then used that fish to imply that he caught it in New York. That did not happen. And there's a lot to back up what happened. Not only do the fish look almost really identical, but like I said, he admitted to doing it, but also he sent one of the pics up by mistake to another tournament, and then emailed them or texted them if they would remove it. The tournament director removed it and then disqualified that fish for not being caught on the Pennsylvania waters. Now, he went fishing in July with this cutout went in a bass boat with this cutout of the kayak. And the reason why it's a little bit, you can go anywhere in a boat. In a kayak, you're not going too far because it's a lot of work, even with trolling motors or whatever it is. They don't go 30, 40 miles, and you can get there a lot faster. And he went fishing, caught this amazing fish, but used the cutout kayak inside his aluminum bass boat to take this picture, so it implied that it was implied in this kind of kayak. And maybe I'm wrong, but when I look at this picture, my first instinct is, where's his legs? Why is he standing over top? Now, I was told that yes, anglers get out, take the picture of the fish while they're standing outside. But that picture alone, without some sort of release video or something, would have been brought, I think should be brought to our attention. Now, I read a great article from KayakDIY.com, and there was something that really stuck out to me. And I quote, "Integrity is the foundation of competitive fishing." Brilliant. There's nothing said more truthful than those kind of words. The integrity of the sport is important. If we want the sport and the hobby to grow, and we want the industry to grow, we need to eliminate and take care of people who are allegedly cheating, or in this case, cheating. Now, here's what you're going to see now. I've taken these two photos. I've put them in Photoshop. Now, are they the same fish? That's what the question is. And if you don't know, I do Photoshop and graphic design for a living. I know you guys think I probably do videos. I am a graphic designer, and I've stayed at Holiday Inns also. But I wanted to put these videos on top of each other, just to look at some of the markings. Now, I'm gonna put this in. There probably won't be a lot of narration because I think it's 3 or 4 minutes. But as you'll see, what I do is I put both photos in, try to make them the same size. I tilt the photo. I then go into make an adjustment on the darkness of the photo. One photo is slightly different than the other because, the fish is tilted. So I try to adjust it so that they're the same size. I take that original photo that was submitted in their tournament and then the photo that he had on his Instagram. And you'll notice very quickly that there are a lot of similarities. But because the fish is tilted slightly in the picture for the tournament, it's hard to get the markings in the front of the fish. But the back of the fish markings is crucial. Now I went through and added some circles and some yellows and did some quick tools that I use for cropping out stuff, or might seem crazy. I do my own thumbnails at all times, so I use certain tools to silhouette things to make them stand out in front of the text versus behind the text. It's just the process I do for thumbnails. But I use those same silhouette tools to make lines around certain markings on the tail or the side of the fish towards the tail. And you'll notice that very quickly, these markings match up identically. Not a little bit, not a lot. I went even further. And in Photoshop, we have an option, or a quick, in my case, a quick tool that you can select a layer and then go through adjustment layers. You can make it different or all sorts of things. There's probably 20. Now I go through those very quickly, and you'll notice in that video that if you really look, it might be fast because I don't know how long I sat through each one, but you can look and those markings, sometimes the background photo will stand out more than the foreground photo. Those markings don't change at all. They are identical, proving that the one picture is the exact picture on the other side. Probably something definitely different than you guys most people are used to, especially if you're not a graphic designer or know a lot about Photoshop, but the photos are identical. Now, I'll give credit for the people who not only found this out, but also found the photo of the cutout of the kayak. Because I think, well, my question would be, who in their right mind cuts a kayak and then goes in a bass boat to go fishing? I mean, it was a really stupid mistake. But if that mistake wasn't there, the fish still proves that they're the same fish. And there's people that were watching for mistakes made by Jake. And I would question why the fish was on the seat and taken vertically. I would question why there isn't something in place to show the fish being released, because I think that's very important. I think it's very important to make sure that the metadata of the photo is never adjusted. I think the one thing I really learned in this whole process is I watched Chad's video a couple weeks ago about how the software that he uses not only has backups, but if the data is changed on your phone to prove that you're fishing in one spot and then you change it to show you're fishing in another spot, that his software picks it up. I would question why other organizations or other applications aren't doing the same thing, because we're seeing people use AI and we're seeing people change where they were fishing. And if we don't have those backups in place to figure out if anglers are cheating, why is that software being used? And if we want to improve the bass fishing tournament world, kayak bass fishing, regular bass fishing, we need to make sure that anglers who cheat, everyone knows about. Cheating stinks. That's the whole thing. And in this case, this is an angler who really had some amazing catches on his Instagram. I mean, really, seriously amazing catches. And for him to want the ego and acknowledgement of winning a tournament for a few $100s is mind-boggling to me. And of course, this is all alleged, but not alleged. And we need to make sure that anglers who cheat never fish in any tournaments again. And I don't know if we can ever stop someone from cheating. I don't know. I think, unfortunately, because of social media and everything else, we know more about the cheaters than ever. And I think in these days, lifetime bans from all tournaments need to happen for someone caught cheating. That's just my gut instinct or reaction right now. And if you gotta cheat, then shame on you. I'm going to put a link in the description for those other anglers that did great videos. So go check them out. And thank you. Thank you to the people who sent this to me, because quite honestly, my phone, my Instagram, and my email has blown up in the last 48 plus hours. Blown up on this. And I wasn't going to do a video on this. I really wasn't. Until I started seeing some people that I really trust and admire in the industry. Chad is one of them. But why do anglers cheat? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. Sorry this is a little bit long, but I really appreciate y'all. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.